connected to the internet. You're live.
All right, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Israelite
Shalom.
School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. For those of y'all online, shalom to y'all in class.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, we're here at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. You can catch us Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., and then Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're in the San Antonio area, catch us at 4219 Center Gate Street, that's San Antonio, Texas, 78217. And if you're in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, we're at 501 Copper Avenue Northwest. That's Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that's 87102. If you got any questions or comments you want to make during class, go ahead and put that right there on the bottom of your screen at the YouTube live chat, or you can text. Please text only at 832
724
832-724-6064. All right, please text only on that number if you have any questions or comments during the course of the class.
Let them know we're just having difficulties with our camera, so we're going from here.
All right. Yeah. So we're having a little technical difficulties. I'll say he tries to hit when a good message is trying to get out. So we're going from a different camera. So also, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit up Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. Or hit us up on the email, hiddentruth12, that's hiddentruth12 at gmail.com. Don't forget kids class. We have kids classes resuming now that it's May, Sunday from 12 p.m. to noon to 1 p.m. Excuse me. And that's going to be broadcast live on our ISB HPK Kids channel. All right, that's ISB HPK Kids from noon to 1 on YouTube. We also have you can also access some of our older cable shows on the Kazakia ISB HPK. That's CHAAZAQYA ISB HPK, and that's on YouTube also. If you have any donations that you want to give, if it's on your spirit to go ahead and give toward the work of the truth and everything, you can send those in to the school addresses. If it's canned goods, clothes, books, anything that you think will help the homeless or the educational process of your people, office supplies, things like that. We appreciate those of y'all that have given already. If for those of y'all that haven't, if it's on your spirit to give, please do that. That'll help with new people coming in. They need Bibles, they need apocryphals, they need Zondervan Pictorial Bible dictionaries and stuff like that. Your monetary gifts, they help keep the school open, keep the lights on, keep the internet running, and all our IT and everything like that going. So if you want to give toward that, monetary donations we can take from the Wells Fargo account, which is account number 101-580-6167. All right, so go to your local Wells Fargo under Israelite School of Biblical History, account number 101-580-6167. All right, and then of course Israelware. If you want a custom-made garment, you can hit up the sisters on our Israelware Facebook page. All right, that's Israel WEAR Israelware on Facebook. All right, they'll work out some good prices for you. Excellent garments, girdles, armbands, headbands, everything like that. All right. Let's see. We got from June 2nd to July 5th. June 2nd to July 5th, we're gonna be going from San Diego, California. All right. So we're gonna have some brothers out there. They're gonna be teaching from out there also. We're also gonna be running our company, American Eastern Oils. So you can go visit us and get some beautiful smelling fragrances. All right. We will be having classes coming from there in San Diego also. All right. That's from June 2nd to July 5th. So watch out for that. If any of y'all have any questions, once again, we open the first hour of class up for questions. Y'all got about 20 minutes left. We're going to try to go right into the class.
We're going to do questions on here and then move to our real camera.
Okay, all right. So we'll be doing questions for about, next, we'll give it a half hour, and then we're going to switch over for the class. So switch cameras. So bear with us on that. All right. Don't everybody leave. We'll be offline for maybe about 2-3 minutes, and then we'll be right back. But for your questions, you can go ahead and do those right now. All right. Let's see. We got anything on there yet? Anybody have any questions here in class? On anything? All right.
Yeah, just let them know we're having issues with our camera.
All right.
Alright, so let me see.
All right. So Shalom to you from Trinidad and Tobago. All right. Give that a couple seconds to lag in. See what happens. All right, but yeah, if gotta have it. No, let's just see.
Okay.
You're saying, let's see if the cord is on.
All right, Shalom, once again, for those of y'all joining us, we are taking questions at this time. So that's just before we switch back over, because we've been having problems with the cameras and stuff like that and the setup. So before we switch over, we'll take questions, and then we'll switch over to class. So if you have questions now, go ahead and send those in on the chat right there.
Did you already check? Oh,
Sorry,
oh.
should I just start it on here?
Huh?
Should I just start it on here in the class today? There's no question.
Yeah, just start.
All right. I don't know if switch it over. So.
Yeah, kind of just.
What is the question?
It's not
All right, so we got the question is there a verse stating there is no verse stating unconditional love. Is that true? All right. Well, first of all, the scriptures don't say nothing about unconditional love. The whole reason you have the Bible is these are conditions for the Most High's love toward you. All right. If you want to show your love toward the Most High, He put conditions in the Bible. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. 1 John 5:3. All right, so we go to 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. It is one of the conditions right here. When you go to the commandments, that's a whole list of conditions. All right, so the Most High doesn't have what you call unconditional love. That's what people in the world make up, so you'll accept them for what they are and the trash that they are, instead of them having to change and become something new for the Most High. So they made up this little cliched Hallmark card sounding phrase called unconditional love. If the Most High had unconditional love, He wouldn't have killed all them people in Noah's time. All right, there are conditions on the love. All right, what's one of the conditions that the love that we got to show the Most High? What's one of the conditions we have to meet? Read that.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Yeah, read loud.
For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
Hold on, you got to read loud. Huh?
Oh, come.
All right. So, what is one of the conditions on the Most High's love? It said, for this is the love of the Most High, right? So, if you want to know what the love of the Most High is, if you want to show your love toward the Most High, all right, it's not just waving your hands around at church once a week. It's not just going out and giving some canned good once a year. All right, it's not giving out turkeys on Christmas and Thanksgiving or whatever. All right, this is the love of the Most High. What is His condition? Read.
Come. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments.
See, what the Most High's condition on His love is, if you want to show that you love Him, you got to keep His commandments. It's that simple. All right. If you can go through the scriptures in your concordance and try to find it, see if you see unconditional love, let us know, because you're not going to see that. You don't see that the Most High doesn't have conditional love. He always has conditions on what He wants us to, the way He wants us to love Him, the way He wants us to approach Him, the prayers we set up, the way we talk to Him. The way we communicate, the way we act in public, to show our love toward the Most High, the way we dress. All this is addressed in the commandments, and these are all conditions of how we show our love toward the Most High. All right.
Come.
What you got?
This is 2 John and verse 6. 2 John and verse 6, and this is just to add to about the love of the Most High, if it's unconditional or if it has conditions to His love. 2 John 2 John verse 6, it says, and this is love, that we walk after His commandments. And this is showing again, it's a condition to the Most High's love. And if we love the Most High, this is what we'll do. Read that out, Ray.
Come. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard.
Start from the beginning, please.
Come. 2 John, verse 6. And this is love.
And it says, and this is love. Read.
That we walk after His commandments.
His commandments, so it's not unconditional. We have to do things to please the Most High. And that's our daily goal to do, is to please the Most High. Keep reading.
This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning.
So from the beginning of time, there was no, the Most High loves us in whatever we do. No. The Most High loves us when we follow His commandments. Read.
Ye should walk in it, for many deceivers are entered.
And it said that you shall walk in it.
Right. So great scripture, because these are the Most High showing you, no, I don't have unconditional love. You don't just get to come to me any old way and say you love me and not prove it. All right. Give me that one too. Also, let us not love in word or tongue. What's that? Oh, go ahead and read that.
I got the definition of condition. And of course, we already know that, condition is like a state or quality of something, but condition also is also like terms of a contract or a covenant, stipulation, which is set, fixed, or established or proposed. So if we think about unconditional, that means that there is no stipulation, there is no contract, there is no covenant. So in any ways, there's no standard. So in serving the Most High or having a relationship, you have to have a standard or a stipulation set up, because you can't just without the standard, it's not going to work. So without unconditional love is actually not a good thing, because that means that there's no standard in that love. That means that anything can go. You know what I mean?
Con.
Good point. Good point. So again, that unconditional love, it doesn't exist in the scriptures. It doesn't. There's no he loves you no matter what. No, he loves you as long as you keep these commandments. There's the. Did you find that?
God.
Read that.
This is Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or and whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Oh, yeah, 1 John 3. Right? $3.15, isn't it? Yeah, love not a word. 1 John, that's 3 and 15, right? Oh. Okay.
18.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to 1 John chapter 3, verse 18.
Yeah.
You want to serve? All right, y'all with me? All right. So again, on the topic of unconditional love, does it exist in the scriptures? No. Does the Most High have conditions on His love for us, and does He have conditions on how we show His love for Him? We're going to read 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Read that.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
So read that one more time.
My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue.
See, because, that's what the world wants you to accept. They say, okay, unconditional love. You're supposed to have unconditional love between a husband and wife. Oh, you're supposed to have unconditional love. Well, she sleep around with every nigga on the block and then come home and kiss you in the mouth, smelling like penis breath. Are you supposed to have unconditional love, or are you supposed to say, get the hell out?
Right.
Y'all see that?
God.
If you come home as a woman and your husband uppercuts you in the face every day, is he showing he loves you, or should he not do that? And then you are showing that you have conditions on your love. Because unconditional love means you accept everything about that person. So if he's just like, listen, I just uppercut people, that's what I do.
Right.
You're gonna accept that and live with it for the next 50 years of your life? But sometimes you gotta push a girl down the stairs. That's all I gotta say. What do you want? Happy anniversary. Right? That's how you okay with that?
La.
See, that's the thing. So there are conditions on everybody's love.
Right.
Even a dog got conditions on their love. If you punch a dog in the face, they ain't coming back when you call them next time.
Right.
Everything got conditions on their love. So this concept of unconditional love is a lie that Esau likes to push out there. It makes it sound it's a romantic sounding phrase, but we can't just fall for everything that people make like mainstream. All right, we can't just fall for that, man. There's another one I was looking for too, but we can't fall for everything they put out there that sounds nice. Every cliche, every little motto they put out there, because there's a lot of conditions on people's love, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that. What's that? Oh, what?
I was gonna say, the scripture says in 1 John 3 and 18, it says, "My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed or truth, and in truth." And when you think about how the world works today, they like to say unconditional love. They like to say, "I love you with all my heart, with all my soul." But all of that is contrary to the scriptures, because all that love, if you're gonna love something with all your heart and all your soul, that should be the Most High.
That's
that
on
should
point.
be the commandments.
God.
It can't be another person. So if you are gonna have that unconditional love, it has to be towards the Most High. It can't be towards another person, because men will fail you, but we know the Most High is gonna have our backs at all times.
That's right.
Right, that's all I have.
All right, so y'all understand that?
Con.
All right. The next question, we're going to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 19. Question is, are we allowed to wear mixed fabrics? Does this law still apply today?
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes, thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse.
Read it again now.
Come. Ye shall keep my statutes, thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
Right, so the first part is telling you you're not supposed to let your cows go with different types of cows or different types. You know, you're supposed to try to mate your cow with a horse. All right. So Esau, they like to break every single law. It's like they go categorically through a checklist when you read the law, and they say, okay, how can we screw this up? Because that's what they do. That's what you call gene splicing. All right. They got this thing called gene splicing. So now they got a eel mixed with a salmon, and they genetically modified this salmon so that it gets bigger and it multiplies faster and it reproduces faster, but it's also cannibalistic, so it eats other salmon. And they're serving that to you. So they're serving you this salmon that naturally would eat things that are in the sea, like plant life and stuff, and now it's eating its own. All right? But and then they can't figure out what's wrong with the earth. Well, you weren't supposed to splice the genes of a salmon with an eel. Y'all see that? They try to do it with your children. They're trying to make it so they can genetically modify. So if you want a kid with nappy hair and green eyes, then they can genetically mess with your sperm and mess with her egg and fix it so your kid comes out with green eyes. Y'all see that? So these are what the Most High was showing us to avoid. And we got to notice about the law that we were supposed to expand that, not just say, okay, well, I won't let my cow mix with a horse, but I'll go ahead and let my man turn into a woman. You weren't supposed to do that either. You weren't. The whole point was about avoiding the confusion. You understand? All right, read on.
Come, thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
Right, so you don't sow your field with mingled seed. Like you're not going to throw apple seeds out there in the garden or in your field, and then throw orange seeds out there, and then throw some sunflower seeds out there, and then throw a whole bunch of different seeds in there. Why? Because certain type of plants will choke off every other type of plant around them. Y'all understand? Certain type of plants actually will attract certain insects, and some repel insects, and some of those insects are needed for certain type of plants. So he got a way of making sure that you didn't have any confusion even in your plant life. But now what do you got? Monsanto, right? Yeah. We're going to take your oranges and make them seedless, and we're going to give you a orange that when you bite into it tastes like a grape. Right? We're going to give you a tomato. It looks like a tomato, but when you bite into it, it's going to taste like a banana. Move over a little bit out. That way. All right? So this is what Esau tries to do. It's like I said, they categorically go through the scriptures, and they see what can we screw up in the whole earth. All right? And it goes right along with that Daniel 7:25. Somebody can get that for me. All right? But this is how the wicked do. So when you're looking at the scripture in Leviticus 19:19, we're living in a world where we have these problems, right? We got gene splicing, right? You're over there buying a salmon thinking you're doing something lawful, and you're really eating an eel, right? You think you're eating a tilapia, a lawful fish, but they don't farm raised it so that it reproduces asexually now, or is spliced with a damn octopus or something like that. And so you eat something that should have fins and scales, but it got tentacles now. You understand? So we living in that type of world, and it's very hard to avoid because you won't know. They're not going to put on the package, hey, this eel was genetically modified, or this salmon was genetically modified with an eel. Y'all see that? Now, if you can't avoid it, do it. If you can go do all the research and everything like that, do it. But it's going to be very hard to avoid. Your fruits, your vegetables, they're trying to defile everything. All right? Now, so when you get to the part where he says about the fabrics, right? Read that again. Leviticus 19:19.
The fabric. Second precept, and it says, "Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
Right. See, he didn't want a garment mingled with linen and wool coming upon you. Why? Because if you know anything about linens, they have what's called a warp and a woof. All right. One goes this way horizontally, the other one goes vertically like this, and they interconnect and intertwine with each other, and it breathes. All right. Just like you wear a football jersey, you got holes in it. Well, linen naturally has its own breathable holes because of the way they put it together in the loom, the way they weave it together. All right. So it breathes and it takes sweat from off your body and keeps your body cool. But if you mix it in with wool, that wool fills in the holes, so it doesn't breathe anymore. So that was for cleanliness' sake. Now, let's look at this from a spiritual perspective now, because we got to know this. I want you to get Romans 7 verse 14. All right, this is Romans chapter 7 verse 14. Read that real quick. We have to know this about all the law, especially laws like this. All right, and we're not saying to avoid these laws or anything like that. As much as in you can keep these laws, then do it. All right, but read that.
Romans chapter 7 verse 14.
Yeah.
Come, for we know that the law is spiritual.
Y'all got it?
God.
All right, so we know, we that are of the scriptures, we that are of the Bible and of the Spirit of the Most High, and have the mind of the Most High sitting right here in front of us, right? We know that the law is spiritual. So when I'm looking at, why is he telling me not to sow my field with diverse kind of things? That seems like common sense, right? Like if I want oranges, I don't want to have to go to the field and look through the apple trees and the banana and the pineapple bushes and do all these things. I want to be able to go right into the field where the apples are, right? So I don't want that kind of confusion. Why would I do that in the first place? That doesn't even make sense. Why would you even have to tell me that, right? But the question, the key is right there in the question. It's confusion. He didn't want us spiritually thinking on this scripture. We're to avoid confusion. You see that? Because if you, again, like we talked about on the law Saturday's class, when you look at the law, what was the spirit of the law? He wanted us to, in everything, be mindful of him, of the way he thinks and what he would approve of. You understand? So even down to you planting seeds in your field, you're thinking on the Most High. Y'all see that? And on this point, you're thinking, hey, he's trying to get me to avoid confusion. Because if I'm the type of person that would nitpick and make sure that I don't plant two types of seeds in the same field, I'm the type of person that isn't going to sit here on YouTube listening to ISB HPK and then flip over to GMS and then flip over to IUIC and then flip over to these guys and these guys and these guys and accept every doctrine that they got around. Y'all see that? I'm not the one in the truth one day and in church the next day. Y'all see that? I'm not the one that wants to, okay, you know what? I hate how the government is doing our people. I hate how these cops is oppressing my people. And then the next day, I'm going to work and put my badge on and my nightstick and my gun and go and run around the streets beating up my people. Y'all see that? So we wouldn't be in confusion. We would be a certain type of way. And this is what he was trying to teach us with the law. But our people didn't get it. We were carnal. That's why he said that. Read that again. Romans 7:14.
For we know that the law is spiritual.
So the first thing you got to know approaching the law is that it is spiritual. Now, does that mean not to do the carnal things it prescribes? No, because those are good things to do. You understand? Not wearing those mixed fabrics keeps your body from sweating and getting heat rashes and bumps and things like that. You understand? Not mixing your field, it keeps you from wandering around for 20 hours looking for a tomato in a damn pumpkin / banana / pineapple patch. You understand? If you're agricultural, all right. If you're agricultural, not mixing different types of animals keeps you from eating unclean animals that are spliced with clean animals. Y'all see that? So yeah, keep the carnal part, of course, as much as you can. All right. But we got to know, approaching the Bible, approaching the Torah, approaching all the law, that it is spiritual also. All right? And it is meant for us to examine ourselves a certain way and say, you know what? I'm also not going to be the type of person that mixes doctrine. I'm not going to mix what I hear and what I listen to and what I adhere to regarding the Most High in Christ. I'm not going to, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, and then over here, yeah, I don't say Yahweh, I'm with y'all say Ahaya, I'm with that. Y'all see that? Nah, I'm not wishy-washy. I'm not double-minded, right? That's what we're going into for class anyway. We're going to continue Wednesday's class. He didn't want us being double-minded. And this, through the law, was a way to show us carnally how not to be double-minded. All right? Read that on.
Come. But I am carnal, sold under sin.
See, what was the problem with Israel? Read it again.
I am carnal, sold under sin.
We were carnal. Y'all see that?
Uh-huh.
We looked at it and said, okay, I'll make sure I don't plant two different seeds in the same field. No problem. I'll make sure I don't wear mixed clothing. I'll make sure I don't let cows sleep with horses. Okay, cool. But we didn't take it in and say, what else should I not mix? Y'all see that? That's why later on, what do? Hey, we want a king like the nations around us. You weren't supposed to be like the nations around you. You're mixing doctrine. Y'all see that? We want to worship the gods that the heathen worship. No. You don't put gods and idols in the land of Israel where you worship one God. That's mixing doctrine. That's mixing your mind. You're double-minded. Y'all see that? But see, because we were carnal, what happened? We got sold under sin. Y'all see that? We became slaves to sin. We became slaves to doing unrighteousness. We were perfectly lawful, but we were unrighteous. Well, how does that work? How do you be lawful but unrighteous? Well, you look at the law and you think of it only carnally. Y'all see that? You look at the law and you be like, oh yeah, it don't say nothing about smoking weed in here. I'm good. I looked at the Big Ten and it doesn't say thou shalt not smoke weed, so I can smoke all day. Well, you were supposed to look at this spiritually too. Y'all see that? How are you all day worshiping the Most High, your God, with all your heart, mind, and spirit, and you high? If the Most High said as a commandment that you shall talk about these things in your gates, when you lie us down, when you wake up, right? All day long you were supposed to talk about the commandments. How are you going to do that when you high? And you sitting there like, man, did you see what color noise that bird made? What? That don't even make sense what you just said right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you high off your damn ass and you think that you following the commandments because, oh, it doesn't say thou shalt not smoke weed. Y'all see that? Okay, well, did it not say to meditate on the word of the Most High all day and all night? Are you meditating on the word of the Most High when you high as hell? Most of the cats end up getting ADHD off of that, man. Can't even speak one sentence on one subject. Yeah, see that? And these are the things he wanted us to avoid that confusion. But that what became the problem with Israel is we were carnal. We looked at the law as carnal. So if you can avoid it, it's going to be tough because everything you pull out now, right? You pull your shirt out and you touch the feel of cotton. Oh wait, 30% polyester. Dang. Right? I just got these pants, man. They nice, man. They clean. I got them all creased up, but they 50% rayon, 20% polyester, and 30% cotton. Right? So they flammable in sunlight. Like, okay, bro, but you gonna burst into flames outside. Y'all see that? Well, as much as you can, you're gonna obey these laws, but again, where are we? We're in a place where, you know what? Go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to the curses, man. We're in this type of place, man. Yep. We're in a place where we got to get our clothing, unfortunately, from our damn enemies. We got to get our whole dressing style from our enemies, right? If you go to work in your Hebrew Israelite garment with your fringes down to the floor and your beard out and your fro, they're going to be like, you're fired. right? They're gonna be like, hey man, I like that garment. No, they're gonna be like, get the hell out of here, or go home and change clothes. You wear a polo and slacks around here and pull it all the way up past your belly button, and that's how you dress at our job. Y'all see that? You don't get to just dress any old way you want. You found it?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48.
All right, go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst.
See, so one of the curses that was brought on the Israelites is that we were going to serve our enemies in hunger and in thirst. You don't get to eat what you want. You'd be like, man, I'm hungry. Let me go get something undefiled that meets all this criteria of Leviticus chapter 11. And you get to the place and, oh yeah, man, fresh fish, perfect. Let me get some pike. Oh yeah, we got pike. They serve you some stuff that's mixed in with trout and gene spliced with a human baby, and you got arms and legs before they cut them off and serve it to you.
Right.
You understand? It's like this tastes funny. This tastes like baby powder. Where you at?
I was gonna say, or they feed it something undefiled. I mean, something defiled.
Yeah.
So it's like they do with the tilapia.
Yeah.
They feed it a whole bunch of defiled food. So even though it is a clean fish, it's still defiled.
Right. It's still defiled by the way they feed it, the way they farm it, and everything like that. And then you got the ones that just don't care about you and your laws. You go there and be like, hey, does this have pork in it? No, it don't have no pork in it. No, damn well it's 100% pork. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, can I get some mashed potatoes and gravy? And they know damn well they done chopped up bacon, put it in the mashed potatoes, stirred that around, cooked a whole pig ass, right? And poured the grease into some flour, mixed it around, right? And then poured it all over your pork chop mashed potato lump, right? And they gave you that and said, oh no, that's 100% beef. When that Burger King, they was selling people horses, man. They was selling people horse meat.
No, Wendy's.
Nah, it's Burger King. They was ordering from a place called 100% beef, but the place was getting horses that had died out in the field and stuff like that. Well, you ain't supposed to eat animals that died of themselves. Then you're not supposed to eat horse. Y'all see that? So you thinking you eating lawful and you bite into your Burger King burger and you eating horse. Y'all see that? You got a pony meal instead of a happy meal. Y'all see that? So we gotta watch these things, man. That as much as you can, because we are serving our enemies in hunger and in thirst. Your water's defiled. You're drinking that, and it's like 50% fluoride, which is a byproduct of them burning and processing aluminum. And they didn't know what to do with it because the government won't let them throw it in the water. People will get upset. So what we'll do? We'll put it in their toothpaste, and we'll put it in their drinking water, and say that it helps whiten their teeth. When it actually erodes your teeth and messes with your brain, right? Gives you mood swings and all kinds of other things. And for those that know the other more esoteric stuff, it calcifies your pineal gland and all these other things. Y'all see that? So you're sitting there trying to observe the law and be a stickler for the law, and you sitting here drinking your poison. So we have to remember scriptures like this, that we're going to be drinking poison and not die. We're going to be partaking in these certain things that we're not sure where they came from.
Right.
Y'all see that? So as much as we can, we're going to make sure we follow these laws, these statutes, these commandments. We still on?
Yes.
I'm just making sure they get their questions answered. Did we finish that scripture? Read that.
And in nakedness.
So we're going to, when you want your clothes, right? When you want to get clothes, you're going to serve him in nakedness. I'm naked, I need to get some clothes. Who am I going to? Huh? You say we're going to their stores,
We're
right?
going to their stores, we're going to their designers.
Yeah. You go to Tommy Bahamas and Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger and all these other cats, and they all racist as hell. They all don't give a damn about you, but you have to buy their clothes, right?
And a lot of them are sodomites.
Big time. Y'all see that? But what can you do? What can you do? You either do that or you don't wear clothes. Y'all see that? So these are things we have to obey the law. Yes. To the best of your ability is basically what's going on now in our captivity. All right, because one of our curses, unfortunately, is we gotta serve them in hunger and thirst and nakedness, man. And it said is in want of all things. So whatever you want, you end up having to go to your enemies to get it.
Right.
Y'all see that? The jewelry y'all wear, man. We were supposed to be wearing pure gold. Y'all see that? If we wore gold, we wore pure gold. We didn't wear no gold mixed with zinc and onyx or whatever, whatever they want to mix together. We wore pure stuff. It wasn't no different variations, 10, 14, 18, 24, and none of it's pure. Y'all see that? That's why, cats end up wearing their gold and their damn finger turn green or something like that. Like, your body's not supposed to turn that color. Y'all see that? That's why the Most High will tell you how to make your gold. He said it had to be of a beaten work and it had to be purified in the fire. These certain things that he put in the scriptures showed you how you were supposed to even deal with your jewelry. Y'all see that? Because you're gonna look like a weird alien when you go over there sitting there like, yeah, man, I just got this chain, man. Why your whole neckline green? Huh?
I was gonna say, and it starts getting bumpy too.
Right.
Yeah.
You see there, you catch an allergic reaction or something like that. All right. So that hopefully that answers your question on that. You get that?
Judges 5 and 8.
Judges.
Yes, sir. Chapter 5, verse 8. Oh, chapter 5, verse 11. I'm sorry. Judges chapter 5, verse 11.
Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of the villages in Israel.
So we're the ones that are delivered from the noise of the archers. We're the ones that have to rehearse our righteous acts because we are not in our own land. So we have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities. A lot of us probably can't even afford just linen. A lot of us can't afford certain clothes, so we have to go to the thrift store and just get what we can get because we are in our captivity, unfortunately. We can't drink. All of us can't just drink alkaline water and just eat, the purest of foods, the organic foods. We can't do that, but we try to the best of our ability.
Yeah, just on that, with the linen breeches, right? You read about the priests wearing linen breeches, breeches, right? We wore those in the scriptures. Go online, look up some linen underwear right now. Just a pair of linen boxers, $30 a pair. Y'all see that? And that's Esau telling you, listen, these things in the scriptures, those are too good for you. We ain't gonna let y'all have that. You see that? We're gonna put that way out your price range. $30 a pair for some linen underwear, man.
Just one pair.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yeah.
It's insane. But you can get the cotton, you can get the stuff that chokes off and overheats your sack and kills your whole sperm count. You can get that for what, $6 for a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? But this is the land we're living in. All right. So we're gonna go to the next question. They said, now you might have to clear this up a little bit. It said Roman slave. Why do they always bring up John 3:16? Then 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. On what topic are you saying, why do they always bring up John 3:16 and that one? Are you saying, why do we bring it up, or are you saying, why do people in the world bring it up? Because when we bring up 1 John 3:16, we show what the churches always want to bring up, that, Jesus loved everybody and, stuff like that. We show that, listen, he only loved one people. He loved Israel. When you read John 3:16, he didn't send his son to die for the entire world. He sent him to die for Israel. All right? So that's why we bring up John 3:16. And then we go to 1 John 2:15 to show that obviously he doesn't love the whole world, because he said, love not the world or the things that are in it. All right? So he's not talking about again, going back to that unconditional love topic. He has conditions on his love. All right. But yeah, if you want to clarify that, let me know what exactly you want clarified with those
Yes,
scriptures.
okay. All right, it's up and running. Thank you, man.
Let's see. Shalom to all of you. Let's see. Still on Leviticus 19:19. For a small garden in the backyard, can we grow diverse vegetables
Okay.
in the same field?
How can you take two?
Well, they got different ways of doing that. You know what I mean? You got their the box gardens, what they call box gardens, where you get the 2x4s and you line them up in a square, and then you can plant your tomatoes here, and then you can in another section. The whole point was about sectioning it off, not throwing them all in the same field. All right.
Okay.
So
Connect.
again, for the things you can help, you help.
Yeah.
All right. Because I done seen people do that. They got cabbage growing there and tomatoes in there and strawberry and all this stuff like this, and because they got a little tiny section of land, right? Then that's how they got to grow it. So I don't think he's going to send 20 million angels to come down and stomp on you because you grew some strawberries in your little patch of land. Remember, we're here serving them in hunger and thirst and in want of all things. So you get you a nice 6-bedroom house, and you go to like my house. I got a 4-bedroom house, huge house, but then you go to the yard. The little bit of yard they give you is like a strip. It's like a little, you know what I mean? It's like a back alley, you know what I mean? It just cuts off and they concrete the whole back. So it's like, then it's blocked off by the house directly next to me. So there ain't no sunlight really coming down right there. So if you wanted to grow a garden, you'd have to use the little patch where the sunlight does hit it and try to grow everything you could right there. But you got potted gardens, you got things like that. There's different ways. Of course, you go on YouTube. They're gonna show you how to grow gardens on your rooftop if you want to. So yeah, you can still section things off. All right. So as much as you can help that. You can still make you a little box garden. They even have the totes. Right. You go get the plastic totes from Walmart, and you put one, and you do the soil in there, and you put your tomatoes in that one. And then in the other one, you put your peaches or whatever you want to do in the other one. So you don't have to mix. That was the whole point, is he didn't want you mixing these certain things. All right? And again, extending that spiritually, he didn't want you mixing your doctrines, mixing the things that come into your brain.
That's dope.
And going into like, oh yeah, I'm esoteric today, and then I'm completely 1,000% carnal tomorrow. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all got that Star of David on, but I got a pentagram painted in my basement that I dug myself, and I'm over there sacrificing chicken heads. Like, you're carnal now, and then you're esoteric tomorrow. Don't mix that. Y'all see that? Let's see, what else we got? What are some good scriptures to prove that the Most High uses the other nations to help the Israelites in our captivity? Okay. Let's do that. Let's go to Revelations. Now this one you gotta kind of go to a few scriptures just to kind of put this one together. But we're gonna go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 16.
You get it.
Revelations chapter 12, verse 16. Con. Revelations chapter 12, verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Right, so when we go into the Revelation breakdown, we know this is one, it's talking historically about Mary when she was giving birth to Christ. The earth helped the woman, right? So what did they do when you read the story about Mary and Joseph and Christ being born? They had to run down into Egypt, and the Egyptians kept them there, right? So they didn't have no, border checkpoint, you guys got to get deported. They let them in and let them grow there, all right? So the earth helped the woman. The other nation, Egypt, helped Christ go ahead and grow up instead of being slaughtered with the other babies of Israel, all right? Present day, right? The earth helps the woman every day. A lot of the information you're getting is not by books written by niggas.
Yep.
We got books that are written by the white man, Chinese man,
Archaeology,
the archaeological digs that
anthropology,
these,
yeah.
these Romans and all these are going through, and we're able to use that to educate our people and show them who they are and who they were in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So this is a way present day that the earth is helping the woman. All right, and of course, future. When you go to Isaiah 60. Those kings are going to be our nursing fathers, and their queens are nursing mothers, and they're going to be serving us, and they're going to be bringing their forces, their air force, their armies, and things like that to serve us. They're going to be bringing their gold and their silver to serve us. So that's past, present, and future. What you're reading right there, that the earth helped the woman. All right. So the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. That's showing you when basically Christ was having to run away with Mary and Joseph were having to run away from Herod's declaration. Then Egypt kept Christ from getting killed by Herod and his people. All right. All right. So, another scripture we're going to go to. Well, yeah, you can go to 1 Kings, or is it 2 Kings? You deal with Solomon. You deal with David. So there's so many when you deal with Solomon and David. Actually, I'll just tell you, read anything regarding Solomon and David. When David was hiding from his enemies. Who welcomed him? The Philistines. They kept him there for a long time. All right. When he wanted to build the temple, he had Hiram, the king of Tyre and Sidon. He came and he gave us gold or gave us wood, and the Lebanese, they gave us their cedar. Right. We went to Ophir and we got gold from them. So we had all these different nations that were giving as tribute these materials for the temple to be built. Y'all see that? So yeah, this all through the scriptures you find out that the nations helped us in some kind of way, that the Most High used them to help us.
Right.
All right.
And put them on pause. Tell them we're gonna reconnect with our real camera real quick.
All right. So we're gonna flip cameras on you for a second, like I told you. So give us about 2-3 minutes, and we'll be right back online. All right. Just look for that notification. We'll be right back.
Okay. Go ahead and finish. Yeah. And then end.